So I've actually had this question asked a couple times. What are my top 10 most complimented summer fragrances, or just kind of in general, what are my most complimented summer fragrances? It's a question people have quite often because I think in a lot of situations, or at least before all of this craziness started happening in the world, summer was one of the best months for getting compliments with their scents. You know, it's kind of between summer and winter. Winter, there's a lot of great sweet fragrances that you can wear, but during the summer, there's a lot of great fresh aquatic fragrances that you can wear as well. And when you're going outside and doing fun things and everyone's in a fun summery mood, compliments happen. Again, like I said, not so much anymore just because of everything that's going on, but I still get this question quite a bit. My most complimented summer fragrances. So I figured, you know what, let me really start thinking about this and trying to round up in my head which fragrances get me the most compliments, and now I'm finally ready to present that with you. Being that summer is one of my favorite times of the year and I have a lot of summer fragrances, a lot of which get a lot of compliments, this was a little bit of a tricky one to put together, but I finally got it finalized and I'm ready to share with you guys. So if you like videos like this, make sure you hit the like button down below. And if you tune in every day and watch my videos, make sure you subscribe as well. And if at any point any of these fragrances sound interesting to you, you can hit those links down below, check those fragrances out there, and potentially pick them up. Now, let's go and hop into this one. Starting off with number 10, Invictus Aqua. You're probably like, number 10, Invictus Aqua? Are you serious? Yeah, I am, and it's not because this isn't a good compliment getter. This is a great compliment getter. The reason why this is at my number 10 spot is because I don't wear this much anymore. I just don't wear it much anymore. It was one of those weird things where when Invictus Aqua 2016 was in production and it was crazy and everyone was going crazy for it, I was wearing it a lot, I was loving it. It got discontinued and then it kind of took a little bit of the spark away from me. I'm like, you know, now I got to worry about running out of Invictus Aqua, right? Because I didn't know they were going to bring it back. A lot of us didn't know for sure if they would bring it back. So I kind of started, you know, wearing it less and less, trying to savor, you know, what couple bottles I had at the time of the 2016, because I just didn't want to burn through it. You know, when it was in production, you could get it for $40, $45, $50 on discounters like you can with this new version. So I wasn't too worried about, you know, running through my bottle. Long story short, they ended up bringing it back here in the 2018, and you know, I just didn't really come back to it. I still love how it smells, and I still do wear it from time to time, and you know, it is a fragrance that really has a lot of great scent memories with me and sentimental value. It just doesn't get thrown in the rotation much anymore. A lot of the other fragrances in this list I wear through much heavier, so that's why it's at number 10. If you were to wear this more, you would get more compliments, and that's just kind of the formula that you can follow for this whole video. However much you wear something, you know, the more times you wear it, you're going to end up getting more compliments from it, and it's going to be boosted higher on your own personal list. That's kind of how this stuff works. Moving along, we have Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. You know, I don't wear this one all that much either. You know, a lot of times I am gravitating a bit more towards the original Allure Homme Sport or Allure Homme Sport Extreme, or just like one of the Bleu de Chanel's or something like that. But there's something about this one that when I do reach for it and wear it, a lot of times it does end up garnering me compliments. There's just something about it. It really kind of inspires people to, you know, go up and say, hey, that smells good, or hey, that's a nice smelling scent. Happens just about every time I wear this one, Allure Homme Edition Blanche. If I wore it more, it would probably be higher up in this list, but like I said, I have other ones I reach for. This one does kind of get pushed back a little bit, but it is a great smelling scent. A nice summer gourmand for those of you who like stuff a little bit sweeter in the summertime. This is one you should definitely check out. At number 8, we have Prada Luna Rosa Eau Sport. A very nice citron, lavender, fresh, musky fragrance, and that's really the best way to put it. It's got a bit of a sweetness, a little bit of a creaminess, a nice fresh blast in the opening, and there's no denying the fact that this fragrance smells good. It smells very bright, very refreshing, very energetic, and it's the type of fragrance that will get you compliments and will just smell good to people. You know, it's hard to smell something like this one and think that it smells bad. You know, this type of thing just doesn't really come across that way. It has a very clean, freshness and a bit of a muskiness to it that just smells like you are a clean, well put together type of guy. And hey, there's not much to dislike about that. Definitely going to be on the safer side of things here at number 8. If you just want to play it safe in the summertime, have something clean and fresh, something like Prada Luna Rosa Eau Sport would be a great fragrance to go with. And the best part is this one's going to be a lot cheaper in comparison to the other Prada Luna Rosa fragrances. You can get this 4.2 ounce bottle for around like $40 to $50, whereas some of the other ones you're getting a 100 ml and you're paying a bit more than that. So a nice affordable alternative and a great compliment getting summer scent. Number 7, Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. Hands down one of my favorite summer fragrances. Like legitimately, this release was impressive and it really blew me away, and I couldn't be happier with this scent. I really couldn't. I mean, this is what I love. I love these more citrusy, fresher fragrances with an interesting, unique twist, and that's what this one is. That's not something we get a lot. They experimented with iris here in this one, putting it in there a little bit, making it a bit more fresh, not as lipsticky and creamy, and mixing that with some of the other prominent citrus notes in here, and a nice light musk, a very slight floral component, and also a little bit of like an herbal component as well. Nothing too crazy on the floral notes or the herbal notes, but they are there in the background, at least to me, which makes the whole composition all that much more interesting. It's a great summer fragrance with a good amount of depth and a nice kind of eye-catching uniqueness to it that you don't get that often. Needless to say, that also makes it a great compliment getter. You know, it's not going to be in the league of the Ambroxan blue fragrances, but it's really going to be up there in terms of turning people's heads and, you know, them thinking, wow, that's something different and new. That's kind of what this fragrance will do. At number 6, we have Azzaro Chrome United. This is another one of those clean, musky, citrusy, semi-sweet fragrances. This one is very mass appealing, like very, very mass appealing. And basically what I'm trying to say is this one's going to be a bit more on the generic side of things. So it's another one where if you just want to play it safe, go for something like Chrome United, like what we were talking about at number 7 with Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. It's a bit, you know, different, right? It's something that people are going to like if you're more into fragrances and you like something different. It's still going to be a great compliment getter. That's why it's at number 7, but, you know, it is going to be a bit less generic than some other fragrances out there like this one. So this is a great one if you just want to play it safe. You just want to smell good. All you care about is the compliments, and, you know, that's just kind of your number one priority, which, you know, if you're watching this video, there's nothing wrong with that. Go with something like Chrome United. Really, this one takes all of the guesswork out of it. It doesn't have anything in there that might be slightly daring or anything. I mean, it's pretty much straight up citrusy, musky, a bit green, and just very, very mass appealing. Smells great, and it's a great compliment getter. It's also very affordable too. You can get these 200 ml bottles for a very, very good price. Hit that link down below. Check it out. Some of the best prices around. FragranceNet with the 35% off code. You could score a lot of these for next to nothing. Breaking into the top 5, we have one of my all-time personal favorite fragrances, and this is one where I can basically make a promise to you that this will get you compliments every single time you wear it. Well, I guess, okay, I shouldn't say that, but I will say that this one garners a ton of compliments, and I can promise you that for a fact. Go out there, try it yourself, and experiment with it. Versace Pour Homme. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already experimented with this one and worn it and tried it out, but if you haven't, you have to get your nose on it. Sure, it's been out for a while. Some people may opt for Dylan Blue, right? That's another great option. But for me, Versace Pour Homme is just, you know, it's something so easy. Like, it takes no thought. It's such an easy fragrance. And I know every time I wear it, there's not going to be a person that thinks I smell bad. Dylan Blue is going to have the same effect. You're always going to be smelling good, but it does have a bit more of a sweetness and a bit more of like an evening appeal to it as well. Nothing wrong with that. But with that, you know, with the ambroxan, with the patchouli, comes a little bit more of a daring aspect to it. Again, it's still an ambroxan blue scent, going to be a very good compliment getter, but Versace Parfum just keeps it super, super easy, just with the citrus, with the nice creaminess that you get from it. You can't get much, much better than something like Versace Parfum, Versace Signature, whatever. A fantastic summer scent that is guaranteed to get you compliments. Number 4, we have Armani Code Colonia, a scent that I've really been enjoying and that I really like wearing. I love this stuff because, I'm going to be honest with you, I miss Armani Code Profumo, I miss Armani Code Absolute, especially that one. I actually wore it the other day, just kind of in the evening because I've been missing it, obviously in the summertime, very sweet. Don't wear it that often, but I was really craving it. And what I like about Colonia is it gives me a chance to wear, kind of the Armani Code DNA in the summertime with a bit of a freshness to it. So I kind of get my Armani Code Profumo / Absolute kick in the summertime. Even though this doesn't smell like those two, it does have the tonka bean and a little bit of the creamy sweetness in there that those other fragrances have. Eventually we're going to be getting into fall and winter, and I'll be starting to wear those as well, but this one's kind of my Armani Code fix in the summertime, and it's a great compliment getter, combining fresh with sweet. When you do that, you have compliments everywhere. That's what this fragrance will do. A really nice one that does get slept on, but in my opinion, one you should definitely check out. Moving on to number 3, we have Light Blue Intense by Dolce & Gabbana. I mean, come on. You really don't think that this is going to be in here? Let's be real. It's Light Blue Intense, the new, or not really new anymore, but it was, kind of the new EDP revamp of the original. I love the original. It smells fantastic. I like this one better. It's a more intense, a bit more sweet version, and better performing version of the original. And I've said this before, in my opinion, up until this point, they've kind of peaked with the intense version, and have kind of sloped downhill a little bit with their new flankers. I'm not saying they're all bad. Light Blue Sun, it smells great. Light Blue Italian Zest, yeah, it smells pretty good. But just none of them really have the same type of appeal to me as Light Blue Intense. In my opinion, this is the one to get if you want light blue. Number 2, a fragrance that started it all for me, Nautica Voyage. I've told this a million times, but if you're new here to the channel, welcome. And also, I guess I can just go ahead and tell you, since you are new here, that, this is one of the first fragrances I ever bought, along with Versace Eau Fraiche. That one and this one, I bought them both at the same time, in the same cart, on Amazon. Yes, I bought them off of Amazon because I had no idea what I was doing when I first started. And these were the two that really just kind of made me dive headfirst into fragrances. These were the first 2 fragrances that I had ever got. I've had body sprays and really cheap, like Rue 21 colognes and stuff like that. But these were the first like designer colognes that I ever got. And it's really why I'm here doing this in the first place. So I always love coming back to Nautica Voyage and just smelling it and just being transported back to when I first got this fragrance. And, it's just a great thing. It's a great compliment getter, and I love that this fragrance is still featuring high in my list. I don't do it just because it's a scent memory thing and, I'm going to put it in there because it's one of my first fragrances. I do it because, one, it gets a ton of compliments, hence this video, and also just because it's still, in my opinion, a very relevant scent and just hands down one of the best fragrances, period, that you can buy for under $15. $10 to $13 for this stuff a lot of times is what you can get it for 100 ml bottle like this. That is a incredible deal. Finally, last up at number 1, we have Aqua Atlantique. I'm just going to let that one sit. I'm just going to spray it and breathe it in. I'll tell you what, Atlantique, in my opinion, one of the best summer fragrances out there. I was going to say underrated, but I caught myself, right? I'm sure if I said this was underrated, I would get destroyed in the comments. I know this gets a lot of love, mainly from me. I will admit I talk about this one a lot. Not so much lately, right? I've been cooling it a little bit. You're welcome, right? I know it gets boring of hearing of this, but I've been letting back a little bit. But, this, in my opinion, the reason why I talk about it so much is because it's truly a great scent for the money. $40 to $45 for a 100 ml bottle. You can get a tester and get it, I think, around the $40 mark for a fragrance that lasts on my skin over 12 hours, that has, you know, the blue ambroxan fragrance DNA, but with a unique twist because of the Bulgari Aqua aquatic vibe. You know, you're getting a unique but extremely compliment getting scent. And, you know, some people may disagree that's unique, but say what you want. You know, you put this up against something like Sauvage and tell me which one stands out more. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be Aqua Atlantique because of the aquatic kind of seaweed vibe that it has. So guys, there you have it. That was my top 10 most complimented summer fragrances. Again, this one's been kind of, you know, in the works for a while, and it's been something that people have been wanting to see for a while. So here it is finally as I can present it. I hope this video kind of gives you some ideas into what really works out there in terms of getting compliments. You can check these out, try them out for yourself by hitting those links down below and picking some of them up. It's going to be taking you to FragranceNet, FragranceX are going to be some of the best prices around. And again, I will leave that 35% off FragranceNet code in the description down below. So if you want to purchase any of these on there, use that code, get 35% off. The prices are already really good, but with that code, when you go to checkout, it makes them even more cheap. Fragrance X also has a 15% off code as well, FX15. You use that at their checkout, get 15% off their prices. Both these websites are the only places I shop for fragrances 9 times out of 10. You can get some of the best deals, Afterpay and, you know, stuff like that. So you can split up your order if you're placing a relatively large order, split up into 4 payments. You guys know the drill. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow night with another one. Take care.